2, 1, dive!
So already it looks like we got 12862. That's the Walden Dragons successfully putting the clip specimen onto their high chambers. The Galactic Gears answer in kind. We have 5618, the Control Freaks red in red, looking to keep score, and another sample up into their high basket as the Walden Dragons are trying to do the same over on blue. 6 seconds left in autonomous, and it looks like Control Freaks red. We're just looking to move around.
Drivers, pick up your controllers. 3, 2, 1.
As there are 2 points that separate our alliances going into our driver control period. As it looks like the Wayland Wildcat Cat Autonomous, that's 22154, was looking to possibly reach up into their high basket to try to score that neutral sample that they've got inside their robot. As their update position, they drop it in. That's the second one for the Blue Alliance. As going back over to the submersible, we have both the Walden Dragons and the Galactic Gears on each side, clipping a third specimen onto each high chamber for their alliance. It looks like the Control Freaks red, the Galactic Gears red alliance partner, is trying to work out some issues with our FTA so they can absolutely come back into this match. As the Walden Dragons are once again grabbing a specimen. Can they clip it onto the high chamber? They're in position. Can they drop it? Woo! They actually break that clip by accident, as it looks like they're trying to release that so they can take care of that for their next match. As they do release it, and they can keep scoring more points now, but back over to the Galactic Gears, 14791. They're going into the submersible to try to grab an Alliance-specific sample, giving it over to their human player, as the Walden Dragons, going into our last 30 seconds, put a fourth specimen sample. That's a sample into the basket. But the Galactic Gears clip a fourth specimen onto the Red Alliance side chamber. As it looks like now we've got 3 out of these 4 robots trying to hang with 10 seconds left. We got a level 2 ascent out of the Galactic Gears. We starting to see one out of the Walden Dragons, but with no seconds left in this match.
Two, one, dive!
And the robots are off, and they're quick about it. We've got 1 specimen clipped for both alliances. Red Alliance trying to make it 2, and they've clipped it. We've already got 2 neutral samples for the Blue Alliance, and 3 for the Blue Alliance, 2 for the Red. Zubotics moving fast, getting those neutral samples into the high basket.
Drivers, pick up your controllers. 3, 2, 1.
And it is time for Teleop. The Walden Dragons pick up that last neutral sample over on their side of the field and deposit it into the high basket for the Red Alliance. 23392 Viking Innovators placing their specimens over in the observation zone to realign them on the field wall. We've got Zubotics depositing yet another neutral sample into the high basket, followed by the Walden Dragons on for the Red Alliance side. Mobots over in the observation zone picking up a specimen, heading over to the submersible in the middle of the field to clip on their specimen onto the high chamber. Zubotics filling up that high basket for the Blue Alliance. Red Alliance doing the same. The Walden Dragons fishing for another neutral sample inside that submersible and dumping it in. Both of these baskets are getting so full, I don't know if they're going to be able to hold that many shortly. We've got Viking Innovators going to clip on another, but it falls into their robot. Zubotics placing another and going to get another sample. "19 seconds left. We are starting Ascension. The Red Alliance with two robots already starting to ascend. Blue Alliance may be following suit. 8 seconds left in the match. We've got one in the Ascension zone clipped on to that low rung. We've got all three robots at least touching that low rung. And that is time for qualification 13. Go!
Start a qualification match number 24 over here at the General Motors field at the Marie Curie division. Servo Soldiers loading up the high basket. Walden Dragons trying to grab a specimen. They've got one in the high chamber over there. Rapid Robots misses one in the high chamber there. 3 seconds left in auto.
Drivers, pick up your controllers.
Grab your controllers.
3, 2, 1.
All right, step up and drive. Tally up qualification match number 24. Oakview Cyber Dragons going straight for a yellow neutral specimen from the ground. Over to the high basket. That's where it's going to stay. Meanwhile, their partner Servo Soldiers. Servo Soldiers over to the blue observation zone. Over to the high chamber there. Let's see if it can stay. Over on the Red Alliance, it looks like Girlbots. Girlbots making their way over to pick up one of those specimens from the red observation zone. Meanwhile, it looks like Rapid Robots might have stalled out there in the submersible. There we go. Rapid Robots comes to life. You do not want to be stalled out there on the Blue Alliance side of the submersible. Penalties could be flowing there at the end game, but luckily they are getting themselves out. 50 seconds left, 50 seconds remaining in this match. Rapid Robots picks up a specimen. Meanwhile, their partner, Girlbots. Girlbots making their way over to pick up a specimen from the ground. Thirty-five seconds left in this match. Endgame's just about to start here. That sound means that the endgame has started. Let's see which of these robots will make their way to the submersible. Oakview Cyber Dragons latching onto the submersible. Girlbots might have gotten themselves stuck on the field. There they go. They withdraw it. 10 seconds left in this match. You got 5 seconds left, 5 seconds remaining. Then there was 3, 2, 1, and done. That concludes qualification match number 24.
Three, 2, 1, dive!
And they're diving into the deep. 21-6-7-2. That's more fabricators. They hook on a specimen onto the high chamber for the Red Alliance. They go and grab a specimen, and they're headed back over to the submersible. We've got 23-4-4-5. It's the Furious Frogs. They place one sample into the high basket, and they're aligning with another. And it misses. Over on the other side, we've got the Walden Dragons over in the net after they placed one neutral sample in the high basket for the Red Alliance.
2, 1.
Starting tally-up, we have 2 specimens for the Red Alliance and 1 specimen for the Blue Alliance on that high chamber. And both high baskets have 2 neutral samples in them. Furious Frogs, neutral sample in claw. They place it into the high basket for the Blue Alliance. 27609, it's Ratchet Robotics. They have a specimen in their claw, and they're headed over to the submersible, and they clip it on. Sully of More Fabricators fishing inside of the submersible. They head towards the observation zone, and line up to get a specimen, bringing it over to the high chamber for the Red Alliance. On the other side, we've got another specimen clipped by 27609 as they go to grab another specimen. They go grab another neutral sample, and then they're going to pick up the specimen. We're efficient here. The Red Alliance high basket is filling up quickly, and so is the blue as we are getting those samples inside. We've got 4 specimens on the high chamber for the Blue Alliance. Ratchet Robotics going to grab another specimen, bringing it towards the submersible. It's 4 and 4. Now it's 4 and 5. 2, 1, 6, 7, 2 more fabricators going to grab another specimen from the observation zone. 20 seconds left in the match. Teams are deciding to start ascending. And the robots go up into the air. 10 seconds left. Final ascension. And it looks like they're all on the low rung in some capacity. And that is time for qualification 31.
Two, one, dive!
And they are off. We've got 1, 2 specimens clipped for the Blue Alliance. And 12-8-6-2, that's the Walden Dragons. They clip one for the Red Alliance and go to deliver a sample, but it does fall out of that basket. We've got Mr. Muscle for 13-684. That's Infinity Tech. Delivers 2 samples, but misses the third. The fabricators deliver that third specimen, and they park in the observation zone for the end of Autonomous.
3, 2, 1.
Step up and drive into the deep. These robots are off for the teleoperated period. We've got Mr. Muscle delivering a neutral sample and going fishing inside of the submersible to quickly pick up another neutral sample. Dropping it in to the high basket. Over on the Red Alliance side, we've got 16-4-64. That's this other team. They are lining up to pick up a sample from the field with their claw clip. I absolutely love this innovation. They've got a metal hair claw clip to deliver those samples. From the fabricators, they pick up another neutral sample and go deliver it into the high basket, and they get it yet again. Fabricators with a specimen. They are clipping them rapidly onto that high chamber. Infinity Tech with yet another sample. Oh, and it misses the high basket, but you know what? It lands in the net. That is still points. 12-8-6-2, it's the Walden Dragons. They go to clip on another specimen, but miss. That's not going to let that stop them, delivering another Alliance-specific sample and turning it into a specimen. It is time to ascend with 23 seconds left. We've got 1 robot in the air for the Red Alliance. Their partner parking in the ascension zone. Mr. Muscle of Infinity Tech also hooking on for the Blue Alliance. We've got a robot over, fully supported above the low rung. That looks like a level 3 ascension to me. And that is time for qualification 41. Amazing performance.
2, 1, dive!
So it looks like already we've got both the Walden Dragons and the Hydra Dragons scoring respective clips of specimens onto their high chambers. Well, it looks like the Walden Dragons are going up as they score into their high basket. Snowbot Silver looking to do the same thing over for Red, but it's the Hydra Dragons that have a second clip specimen onto the Red Alliance high chamber. They have a third one in hand. They make it 3 with 2 seconds left. Do they have time to make it 4?
Drivers, pick up your controllers. 3, 2, 1.
As now that we're in our tele-op period, we have Sparks and Duct Tape on the Blue Alliance side looking to just score that sample into the net zone for their alliance as they're right back at it over there to go possibly scoring into the high basket as they accidentally try to gift me one instead of putting it into the high basket for any points that they can score. But at the same time, the Walden Dragons successfully put a specimen up onto the Blue Alliance high chamber. Let's hope it stays there. Well, while I'm just speaking, the Hydra Dragons clip a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5th specimen onto the Red Alliance high chamber as they're back at it in the submersible, trying to collect what looks to be an Alliance-specific sample so they can keep on scoring more specimens as Snowbot Silver are going into the submersible to try to score into the high basket for Red as they do just that. But now that we're back over on Blue, the Walden Dragons quick dump another sample into their high basket. That's 3 up there with 48 seconds left. Red Alliance is still holding on to their lead, though, as it looks like 3 out of the 4 robots so far are heading into the submersible to keep on grabbing those samples. As Sparks and Duct Tape decides that they want to score up high once again. The Walden Dragons score up high once again. But now with 30 seconds left, the Blue Alliance is starting to catch up against the Red Alliance, which means that they have to work to keep on maintaining their lead as the Hydra Dragons are getting ready to clip what looks to be a 6th specimen up on their high chamber, as now that we're seeing these hangs happen with 10 seconds left. We already have 1 robot up so far on the field. And with 3, 2, 1 second left in this match,
2, 1, dive!
And they are off, diving into the deep. The last qualifier on the DTE Foundation field at the Michigan State Championship. We're starting off with 1 specimen on each of the high chambers, 1 for the blue, 1 for the red. 12-8-62, that's the Walden Dragons. They deposit a neutral sample into the low basket. Looks like 23-32. That's Just Add Logic. They clip on another sample or another specimen onto that high chamber. Starting off teleop, we have 3 samples done by 23-410. That's the TC Titans Apollo. They go and grab another sample to add into that basket. The Tech Titans fishing inside of that submersible. Their alliance partner, 12-8-62, the Walden Dragons, clip on a specimen and go to grab another from that observation zone. Heading back over, specimen in claw to clip it onto that high chamber. Just Add Logic grabbing on. We've got another sample inside that high basket for the Blue Alliance done by Apollo. And they bring another. Tech Titans filling up those baskets for the Red Alliance with those samples as they fish for another inside the submersible. Apollo depositing another sample and grabbing another from inside the submersible. Walden Dragons with another specimen clipping it on to that high chamber for the Red Alliance side of the submersible, picking up a neutral sample, heading over to the baskets. Just Add Logic making a specimen. They are lining up to grab it from that observation zone. Blue Alliance Apollo is filling up the high basket as well. 30 seconds left in the match. It's time for these teams to ascend. Walden Dragons depositing another sample into the high basket. Apollo depositing another sample into the high basket for blue, and we've got claws up. Teams are ascending. 12 seconds left in the match. We've got some claws high into the sky, hooking on to that high rung on both alliance sides. 1 second, and that is time.